Hello and welcome. I'm here to talk about Moka5 and BYO-PC. That means three things. It means happy, it means cheap, and it means easy. So let's talk about the first one, happiness. So we're going to make your end users happy because they can bring their own device, consumer grade device, and do the work on their machine. That means they don't have to carry one device. It also means they can be more productive because they've always got their work environment with them. Happy users. Cheap. So we're going to get you out of the hardware business. Today you have to buy endpoints for everyone. We think that's silly. They're already buying those endpoints. Let's utilize that. We're going to get you out of the hardware business. And unlike other solutions, we don't shift that cost back into the data center. And easy. So provisioning and deprovisioning, super easy with Moka5. And we'll have a look at that in a little bit. So again, happy, cheap, and easy. Pretty much what I was like in college, but less about me, now more about Moka5. So how does Moka5 do it? So the way that we do it is we use containerization. So we create an x86 virtualization container, which includes the OS and app stack. It's basically your OS and app stack that you manage today. So nothing to be scared of, it's exactly what you know. We take that and we define a set of policies around it, and then that can be deployed to any number of endpoints. So basically it's any x86 machine, could be a Mac, could be Windows, we really don't care. And then of course we don't just deploy it, we continue to manage it, you can update it, and we can offboard it when it's end of life as well. So containerization is the key to the Moka5 model. Okay, so we've talked about the user experience, but how do I control that? How do I continue to control the container? Well, actually the container is controlled from the host via this application. Most users don't understand the difference between a hypervisor and a helicopter. So if you go and you put a whole bunch of controls on there, like you might do with, say, a VMware hypervisor, people get very scared and they don't know what to do. But we basically shamelessly stole the best UI of the 20th century, the play and the pause button. You hit play and it launches, you hit pause and it suspends it. Very, very easy. And of course, this app is communicating back to get policy updates, make sure that we have the right security credentials, etc. So that's how we control it. But how did it get there in the first place? So let's walk through a little end-to-end flow. I join Acme, I turn up, I have my laptop. I get sent an email with my username and password, plus I have a link to a URL. I go to a nice provisioning console, it's made idiot-proof, I just click on it, there's nothing that I can do wrong, it just works. So now I do the installation and I'm up and running. The first thing that the app does is copies down the container. That takes 20 minutes on a good network, maybe it takes several hours on a slower network, but now you have your own instance, it's on your machine, and you are ready to go. Very simple, very easy to deploy. So the next set of questions that always come up are security and management. We actually have some separate videos on those. I suggest that you go and have a look at those. But the main thing with Moka5 is we manage the container, not the device. So we're not in device management, we're in container management. So hang on a minute, you're telling me, Ian, that what you're going to do is you're going to allow an unmanaged device onto my network. Okay, I don't care if you're managing the container, that's a big problem. That's a big security hole for me. How do you manage that? Well, let's look at that. So how can this possibly be secure? Well, the key point is we never allow a BYO machine onto the corporate network. So provisioning happens off network. Here you can see the container being copied down into the ether. Then we run off network. So even if you're in a corporate office, you're on a guest Wi-Fi with the host. And then what happens is the container, which is secure and controlled, connects back in via tried and tested methods. In other words, the existing VPN that you use today for your laptops. So nothing new there. It's a security path which is known and trusted. You're going from a secure environment, your corporate build, through a secure route into the corporate environment. Now there is a thin pipe to the host. Moka5, the app, comes through a reverse proxy for authentication and updates, but there's no corporate data going over that route. All corporate data goes via the VPN. Pretty good, huh? Okay, so there's one last thing that I want to show you, which is offboarding. So let's say that I've got someone who's up to no good. They're a nefarious individual. We're not really sure whether or not they are or not, but we need to proceed with caution. So what we can do is we can go to the Moka5 command and control console, we call it the management console, and go look up their subscriptions. And you see there's two actions that I can perform. One is revoke. Revoke will leave the container on their device but prevent anybody from being able to get access to it. The other is kill. So if I click kill, what it's going to do is it's not going to leave the container there, it's actually going to wipe it on their device. So it means that it will get rid of the OS, the apps, and any data that they have, gone. So we'll completely wipe it and zero out the bits on their drive. It leaves their host unmolested, so it means that they still have their picture of the wife and kids, but any corporate trace is gone. So just wanted to show you how easy it is to offboard, often as good as onboarding. So in closing, happy, cheap and easy. Happy users because they get to bring their consumer grade device and they get a good user experience. Cheap because we get you out of the hardware business, and easy onboarding and offboarding. So call this number at the bottom of the screen in the next 5 minutes and you'll be able to get a free set of steak knives. Don't delay, call today.